Welcome to Chapter 10, Part 1 on interfaces. So, our goal for this chapter is to be able to declare and use interface types, appreciate how interfaces can be used to decouple classes, and learn how to implement helper classes as inner classes. Interface types are used to express common operations. Interfaces make it possible to make a service available to a wider set. This restaurant is willing to serve anyone who conforms to the customer interface with eat and pay methods, for example. So basically, it's a set of common methods that you can implement on a class, and it gives you a way to refer to any object that implements those methods. So an example, a method to compute the average of an array of objects. The algorithm for computing the average is the same in all cases, but the details of measurement differ. So we want to write one method that provides this service. We can't call getBalance in one case and getArea in another. So we want all objects who want the service to agree on a getMeasure method. Bank accounts getMeasure will return the balance. Countries getMeasure will return the area. So now we implement a single average method that computes the sum. Object.getMeasure, for example. So how do we actually build that, though? We need to declare a type for object. And it's got to be a new type that describes any class whose object can be measured. An interface type is used to specify the required operations, but not the actual implementation of the class. It's an interface, not an implementation. A Java interface type declares methods, but does not provide their implementations. See here we say public interface, measurable, and double getMeasure, which will return a measure for any class that implements measurable. So here's the general syntax. We've got the word public interface and then the interface name. The methods of an interface are automatically public. You do not provide the scope, and no implementation is provided. Interface type is similar to a class, but an interface type does not have instance variables. There is no such thing. All methods in an interface type are abstract. They have a name, parameters, and return type, but no implementation. All methods are automatically public, and an interface type has no constructors. You cannot create an object of type interface. You have to create an object of a type that implements that. So we're implementing a reusable average method, a public static double average, measurable objects. We can say for each measurable object, take the sum. This method can be used for objects of any class that conform to the measurable type. This stand mixer in this example provides the rotation service to any attachment that conforms to a common interface. Similarly, the average method at the end of this section works with any class that implements a common interface. Basically, you define a set of operations, you say this class implements this guy, and then you can assign any class that implements that guy a reference to the interface.